Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Pulse. Thanks so much for being with us here at KETTC's Digital Desk for this Morning Pulse digital broadcast. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer on this Monday, the day after Easter. I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend and are ready to take on a brand new week. It has been quite a busy morning. Usually we like to keep Morning Pulse very local, hyper-local headlines so that you know what's happening right here in your community and things that are impacting you. However, definitely our biggest story of the day was the passing of Pope Francis. That broke around 3 a.m. This morning, so just a couple of hours ago. And yeah, the developments have just been coming in. We've been seeing some reaction to that. So if you're waking up and just learning about that news, yeah, Pope Francis passed away this morning, or I guess in the time zone where he is across the pond, it was later this morning, I guess you could say. But yeah, we have been learning about that all morning long. Of course, it's right the day after Easter. So a lot of Catholics in mourning, just a lot of people in mourning, and a lot of reaction coming out of the passing of Pope Francis. You can learn more about that story by going to our website, kettc.com. It should be one of the top stories on our homepage. I'm not going to talk too much more about that story since we are trying to keep it hyper-local right here. But again, go to our website and you can find more information about his life, his legacy, and some of the reaction that's kind of coming out of that news. So with that, we're going to turn it over to now some of our local headlines. A story that we're going to start with here is right in Rochester, something that's happening today that we want to put on your radar. We are talking about the Olmsted County Attorney, the new one, being sworn in as the new or next county attorney. His name is Michael Walters. He was chosen, you may remember, to succeed Mark Ostrom after he announced his retirement earlier this year and just finished up his term at the end of March. Ostrom did. So Walters' term officially begins today, and that will fulfill the remainder of Ostrom's term, which runs until January of 2027. Now, an election for the next term for county attorney is going to be taking place in November of next year, so November of 2026. And Walters has said that he is likely to run to remain as county attorney for that election. So something we will continue to watch with that. But before taking over Ostrom's position, Michael Walters managed the county attorney office's Adult and Child Protection Division. So you can look for more continued coverage on this story, his swearing in. That'll be on air and online a little later today. We are still working to confirm what time that swearing in is happening, but when we do know, we'll make sure to share that information with you, again, on air and online. Our next story this morning is something else that's happening today in Rochester. We're actually going to be learning about what's being called a, quote, major hockey event coming to Rochester this year. Something to look forward to, I guess. We know that a news conference is planned for 11 this morning, so in just about 2.5 hours, details will be shared during that news conference, and that is happening over at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester. We do plan to have a crew there with KETTC to find out what this major announcement is in the hockey world. I'm really curious to find out what we're going to learn from this. So you can learn more about what's happening, what this announcement is all about by tuning into our noon news today with Jess Abrahamson, or we'll have that information for you online at kettc.com. Again, that news conference is happening at 11 a.m. today with that big announcement. We have no other details about what it could be, so a lot of anticipation with what might be either coming to Rochester or happening for Rochester in the hockey world. Kind of exciting. Something to look forward to that's happening today. All right, our final story this morning is something else that's kind of underway right now. If you're looking for a way to volunteer, here's a way to do it. Making Rochester a little bit better. Of course, we're talking about that campaign. It's the 19th year of that. It is currently underway. It started this weekend. And this is really where families, residents, and businesses all can come together and volunteer their time to really clean up trash around the Med City, obviously helping to keep our community clean. The movement started back in 2007 by some Rochester residents who wanted to improve our city. So what we have learned from Rochester Public Works in this is that there are still some sites available to adopt sites to help clean up those areas. We know that the campaign runs through this Sunday, and there are still those available spots. So if you're interested in taking part, we do have a link to that on our website as well. And I was actually looking up on the Public Works website this morning to kind of see where we're at with those sites and how many are left and how many volunteers and all those things. So we have learned that there are 274 adopted sites available, or in total, I guess. 108 of those sites are still open to adopt. So we're hoping that we can get those filled and cleaned up. And we've learned that 4,474 people or volunteers have already signed up to help clean up our city, which is super awesome. And I'm looking at the map right now. If you pull it up, there will be like dark teal spots and then yellow spots. The dark teal indicates that those areas, those sites are already registered to be cleaned up, and then the yellow ones mean those ones are still available. So if you look at the map and find a site maybe near your home or maybe near your work, and you think this is a good way for me to get involved and just help clean up our city. We know Earth Day is tomorrow. We can help Mother Nature or help our planet. This would be a good way to do that. And there are sites where you can go pick up Litter Bit Better garbage bags that are available in town. There are 2 different spots where you can do that. Pick up those supplies. That's at the Development Service and Infrastructure Center off West River Parkway on the northwest side of town, or you can pick up those garbage bags and supplies at the City Hall Rotunda. So a couple different options there for you. But yeah, just a good way to keep our city clean. I know I drive by a lot of areas of town and you just see all the trash. I hate to see that, right? And that could happen from many different reasons or different things that may have caused that. But a good way to just kind of get out and help beautify our city and keep Rochester as clean as possible. So with that, make sure to go to our website if you're interested. Okay, well, those are all the stories that I have for you on this Monday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, I hope you had a great, wonderful Easter weekend. We did deal with a little bit of rain this morning, kind of overnight. I mean, it rained yesterday here for sure. So we were dealing with that rain yesterday. It kind of was overnight and into this morning. It looks like the back half of our day, the second half, maybe when you're coming home from work, will be a pretty nice day. It's going to be clear and sunny with some nicer, mild, warm temperatures in the forecast. So maybe you can get out and take a walk later today to start your Monday. All right, well, that is all that I have for you. Once again, I forgot my Monday motivational card. I'll have to do that on Tuesday. Maybe I'll start making it a Tuesday thing. Sometimes Mondays are just too busy for me, so I'm just getting all caught up with all the news from over the weekend and into our Monday. I appreciate you joining me if you're here live on our live stream, if you're with us on our KTTC YouTube page, or if you're hanging out with me on my Facebook page. Always a pleasure. Always love chatting with you guys and sharing the news. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.